name's Randolph.
Hello,
I'm the
welcome back
manager.
to King Killer Games. Once again, we're
What's so
celebrating
interesting at the
Halloween
diner?
with the new horror game,
Rose, sure.
and today
Nice
we
girl.
are playing Alan
Who wants
Wake.
to know?
I'm Alan Wake.
The writer, huh? I heard on the radio you were visiting. Well, I'll show you her trailer. That Rose, she's a nice girl. Always pays her rent on time.
As I was saying, Al, I found all sorts of weird stuff from the local newspaper's archives. This place is crazy. Disappearances, mysterious deaths, urban legends come true, and get this, most of this stuff takes place around Cauldron Lake.
Well, you ain't wrong, mister. The Indians thought the lake was a doorway to the underworld. I'm the God-fearing type myself. I don't hold with that sort of thing.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, there was an island there owned by a guy called Thomas Zane. Now, some of the articles I found about him make him out to be a famous writer, but I ran a bunch of searches, couldn't find a single thing he wrote. Zane was heavily into diving, so much so that the place came to be called Diver's Island.
Well, we found Thomas Zane's books in that cabin we were staying in.
And Zane went down with the island. It gets better. A local girl, Barbara Jagger, drowned in Cauldron Lake.
So that was a weird
just a week earlier.
pause to have in between sentences.
Sure, Jagger's a local spook store. The Scratching Hag. Comes for you in the dark. Childish stuff like that.
Anyway, Al, I'm just getting to the best part. All of the articles about this stuff were written by Cynthia Weaver. I asked around, and she's that crazy bag lady you met.
What, the lamp lady? She can be a little loopy, but she's not homeless or anything.
Yeah, anyway, she knew both Jagger and Zane before they both died, and she had some kind of a breakdown.
See, I told you knew something. We must go find her. It looks mighty dark in that trailer.
Well, mister, this here's Rose's trailer. You mind me asking what you want with her?
We're just here to talk to her, pal.
Welcome to... Oh dear, Mr. Wake. I'm so glad you're here.
Rose, you have my manuscript?
Oh. Oh yes. Yes.
Yep.
Please, go
She
ahead.
sounds fine and normal.
Hey, this is really good.
Rose,
Yes,
my manuscript. I really need it.
I understand. I know what you need. A muse to inspire you.
Oh, for Barry. She doesn't have anything.
Yeah, hey, Al? Al, what's... Oh...
Barry! What? What?
Well, this is not going to end well.
Hiding in my barber's skin. I'm too weak to stop it. You must turn the lights on.
I mean, your first red flag should have been when she answered the door in a work outfit. I mean, majority of people get changed out of the work clothes when they get home.
Turn the lights on. Turn the light on.
Back to work, boy.
Well, it's dark out now.
I felt nauseous, hungover. Only anger kept me going.
There's the Thomas... Oh no, that's the Alan Wake books.
But it seems I have an imaginary editor to help me. She's an old woman in a funeral dress. I call her Barbara Jagger. She's very strict. I'm writing faster and faster. My manuscript is being heavily revised. The edits are getting very aggressive, and each day there's less of me and more of her. I hate it, but I know she's right. She promises me I can save Alice this way. She knows more of this than I do. About the complex incantation I'm attempting. About this place. She's worked with another writer under similar circumstances, Thomas Zane. The genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I'm getting close. I can feel it.
Rose took a day from me. I had less than 12 hours left to meet the kidnapper. All I could do was get Barry into the car, work something out once I got on the road. Barry was out of it. He was way too heavy to carry.
You're right. Deserve more money. I'm so handsome.
Welcome to the Oh Dear Diner. What can I get you today? Coffee?
I couldn't work up much hate for Rose. Something had used her to get to me and left its mark.
First refill is free. Milk and sugar on the counter there. Would you like to hear today's specials? Thank you. Have a nice day. Come back soon.
My gun and flashlight were gone. I'd have to find a
Again.
way to get Barry into the car as quickly as possible. Mr. Randolph liked Rose. That little smile she had. How she was still sweet when life had tried so hard to make her bitter. It wasn't any of his business what she did in her trailer. But those strangers, the writer and his smart-ass sidekick, looked like trouble. And they'd been in there for hours, way past her normal bedtime. He reached for the phone and called the sheriff's station. There was no time to waste.
Man, I really wish they stopped taking away my torch and gun.
I just stepped outside to catch a breath of fresh air. Let me tell you, the weather's getting heavy. Nights like this make me especially glad I'm here talking to you and not home in bed. Once the weather takes a turn like this, I can't sleep at all. It's all tangled bed sheets and dark thoughts, punctuated by the occasional plunge into nightmare. Is it just me? Well, perhaps it is. But I hope I can make the night a little bit easier to get through. Caller, you're on KBF FM.
Hey, Pat, it's Walt Snyder.
What's on your mind, Walt?
Well, I ain't the way you are, but, well, I can't sleep either, you know? I just been staring out the window here, trying to make sense of it all, but, I ain't been drinking either, you know? I just...
Well, you sound like a man with a problem, Walt.
I had argument with Danny. You know, Danny, and, then I got in trouble with the law, you know, and, I'm just, well...
I heard something like that, Walt.
Yeah, well, you know, Danny's my best friend, and, he let me, bail today, and now I'm just alone here at the window, you know, waiting. Man, and there's something in the air tonight, man.
I was just outside looking...
If he starts singing Phil Collins, I'm out.
Gas tower thinking the same thing. What are you waiting for, Walt?
I don't know. You know, something's gonna happen. You know, I think I better go.
Well, Walt, maybe...
No, thanks, Pat.
Well, good luck to you, Walt. Hang in there. Let's take a little break, folks. This weather's really something else, huh?
I wonder what that was then. It's the radio. Well, someone stood over there.
Oh, you're gonna get it now. God knows what you've done to that poor girl.
This is Agent Nightingale, FBI! Get him up, Hemingway! You're under arrest! You move a muscle, I'll unload right in your goddamn face! Stay right where you are, Triple A!
What are? I'm standing right here, you goddamn maniac.
Also, Hemingway's not my name.
I
Also,
hated to leave Barry
you don't just
behind,
open fire on
but there
people.
was no way I'd miss my appointment with the kidnapper.
I mean, you're the one who missed. Why is there such a massive manhunt after me? I mean, as far as I know, I haven't done anything.
Oh, damn.
I mean, the only thing they have so far is that I spent 6 hours in a room with that waitress. I mean, that's why you phone the police. Looks like a manuscript page.
For decades, the darkness that wore Barbara Jagger's skin slept fitfully in the dark place that was its home and prison. It was hungry and in pain. It dreamed of its nights of glory when the poet's writing had called it from the depths and given it a brief, terrible taste of power and freedom. The rock stars had stirred it from the deep sleep the poet had sunk it back to in the end. When it sensed the rider on the ferry, it opened its eyes.
Well, that's probably not good.
Come in, Agent Nightingale. This is Sheriff Breaker. Over. Nightingale, over. What on earth is going on? My nephew told me he fired at Wake, and he didn't have a gun. You almost hit a civilian instead. Over.
Sheriff, Wake's running. I'm giving chase. I don't have time for this.
Well, make the time. You can't just go shooting at people in my town. Over.
I'm a federal agent pursuing a fugitive. You want to discuss my methods, Sheriff? Make an appointment. Over.
You stay right where you are, Agent Nightingale. I'm on my way. Out.
You tell him, Sheriff. Well, that sounds like gunfire. Who are they shooting at? Ain't nowhere near me.
This horror was everywhere I went, circling me. The cops didn't stand a chance. They were after a writer, not a monster.
Wait, are you seriously telling me that geek writer just took out my deputies? Are you kidding? I mean, have you seen this guy? He wears a tweed jacket. Over.
He's the guy we're chasing. If it's not him, who then? Bigfoot? Over.
I don't know yet, but I'm not in the habit of jumping to conclusions. That tends to come back and bite you in the ass. Out.
She's got a point. I like that sheriff more and more, to be honest. She's got a good head on her shoulders. Well, someone's got a kill streak. They called in the chopper. A whole lot of birds. Almost like a fire watch tower or something. Well, can't see much relevant. But it doesn't look like the chopper's going to be much of a threat anymore.
This is James. Mulligan, Thornton, come in. Over.
Thornton here. Jake, we got both Wheeler and Rose in custody. They didn't put up a fight or anything. Why, they were... Hey, what are you... Come on! Sit down and give me that.
Jane, Mulligan here. Over. Go ahead, Mulligan. Over. We got Wheeler and Rose here. Wheeler's drunk or hopped up on something. Speaking of which, that Fed had a pretty distinctive whiff of Otis Scotch about him, if you know what I mean. Over. I don't have anything on that, Deputy Mulligan. Over. Well, whatever. Anyway, Rose is just being plain weird here. You better get Doc in to take a look at both. Over. Gotcha. You better get them here quickly. The Fed's gonna want to interview Wheeler. Over. Oh yeah, I'll bet he does. Looks like they have a lot in common. Mulligan out.
I could see the lights of the radio station in the distance.
Well, let's head towards the radio station then. When in doubt, head towards the light.
I imagined that the broadcast tower in the distance was part of the local radio station. Maine seemed like a decent guy. Perhaps he could give me directions to the coal mine. Unnatural shadows clung to the gates. The darkness that was I wouldn't get through without light.
Why is it trying to stop me? I mean, it wants the manuscript, right? I'm going to give it the manuscript, so why is it trying to stop me?
There was no power to the searchlight.
You just so happen to have a generator.
old generator conked out. I'd have to see if I could fix it and try again.
Fix it. Kick. Don't know why that just kind of went to slow motion. Ha ha ha! Flashlights. Well, finally have my flashlight back, but no gun as of yet.
It took me a moment to recognize the flashbang grenades. They were an ideal weapon for my situation.
Yeah, flashbangs. Everybody's dead, Dave. Well, flashbangs work. Anything around here? Supplies are always welcome. Right. I'm not sure whether I threw a flash grenade then. I pressed the button to throw it, but it never did an animation or anything. How's Wake himself not being blinded by these flashbangs?
And here's another call. You're on KBFFM with Pat Maine.
It's Milt Peabody, Pat.
What's on your mind, Milt?
Well, I live near the trailer park, Pat, and there's a big ruckus going on over there.
Well, that's just up the road from me, too. What's going on, do you know?
I don't know, but there's a bunch of police cars there, lots of sirens, a helicopter buzzing around, and I think I heard some gunshots.
Gunshots?
Yes, sir, like from a pistol. So can you find out what's going on? Because it's just next door, popping off guns there.
They're still shooting?
No, it was maybe 10, 15 minutes ago. It sounds serious, Pat. I'm telling you, it don't sound like no party.
Well, I'm certainly going to give the station a call, Milt.
Okay.
You'll hear it here as soon as I hear from them.
Okay, thanks.
It's the opposite direction to which I need to go, but that is usually where they hide the good stuff. Apparently not this time. I'll just go straight away if I hit someone. Well, I never. Oh, I've missed a lot of pages
Touched by the
apparently.
dark presence, Rose was lost in a dreamland where everything was drawn in black and gray crayons. The old lady had promised her that all her wishes would come true. She would be Alan Wake's muse. She was smiling so hard it hurt her face. She crushed a bottle full of sleeping pills into the coffee. Deep down inside, she was screaming in terror.
Oh, he so does that. Got them all with one flashbang. Come on, fellas, can't we talk about this? Can't we all just get along? Yeah. Walk in light. I shall. Just no one in the dark. Flagon ammo, nice flagon as well. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. go investigate the squad car. Yes, flashbangs. Flashbangs are good. Right, radio station. Feel like it's been a while since I've seen a manuscript page. I have a feeling I may have missed some. Or indeed, loads of them.
I hope Maine could lend me a car to get to the coal mine.
Oh, why, hello, Lorna. What do you have for us? What do you need? Well,
Let the try to sort themselves out. I'm sorry, but my granddaddy settled the bright balls in 1911.
well, thank you very much for that compassionate viewpoint, Lorna. Oh, here's a little surprise. The famous writer Alan Wake just walked in, folks. I'm going to see if I can talk him into an interview.
Oh, why did you tell him where I was?
Come on in, Mr. Wake. Oh, I'm so glad you could find the time to do this, Mr. Wake.
Nowhere to run now, Dan Brown. You back away from me. Don't hurt it.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Everyone calm down.
My name is not Dan Brown.
We're all friends here, right?
Cool your jets, Nightingale. We got him. What the hell's the matter with you? There's a civilian in there.
Also, I haven't committed any crimes. As far as you're aware. I mean, everybody I've killed has turned into shadow, so no body's no crime. If crime dramas have taught me anything, there's no body, there's no
I
crime.
had fallen off so many cliffs it was ridiculous. That's what you get for naming a book The Sudden Stop. It was probably good I hadn't had the chance to tell Maine where I was going. I'd have to lose the cops and find my own way to the mine. Nightingale stared through the broken studio window into the dark woods. He turned around, started to walk out, but Maine grabbed his arm. "Young man, you almost shot me. You don't shoot off rounds at people like that. What's the matter with you?" Nightingale shook his arm free, marched out. His cheeks burned with rage and humiliation.
Because Nightingale's just a character in a book. He's a loose cannon, doesn't play by the rules. I miss my guns. Oh, we have flares though. Let's get these lights turned on. Hey, you can come at me. I turn on the lights. That's not allowed. Oh, they generally just disappear. Ah, yes. I have a gun. Oh, how I've missed you. In range. Oh, one of them is in range. I'm pretty sure this is not the way I'm supposed to be going. Which hopefully means loot. Okay, this is a long trek now. Kind of regretting coming this way. If there's nothing here now, I'm going to be a bit gutted.
Danny had stepped out, but what stumbled back in was something else. Something alien. A monster. Walter tried to kill it, first with his fists, then a chair. It wouldn't die. Instead, it kept coming, unaffected by the beating it had taken. After Walter managed to kick it down the cellar stairs, fear took over. He ran, got behind the wheel, gunned the engine. The booze wouldn't make him forget, but he knew he had to try.
Danny was the guy who got into the fight, right? Walter and Danny were the drunk guys, I think. Well, it was a long way to come for 2 flares and a manuscript, but still, we got a gun. We got it done. I wish you could sprint for longer than 10 seconds. Oh dear. Damn you birds. Where'd you all come from? I was not expecting that. Is this group going to attack? Oh, not have the gun I thought I did. waste of one of my flare rounds. Damn birds. And flashbang. Ow.
There was no sensible reason for the power company work lights to be here. It was almost as if they'd been left for someone like me to use.
This controls the taken. That's not good sound, is it? Oh yeah, I have the shotgun. Do you remember originally this game used to be sponsored by Energizer batteries? It was like product placement for Energizer batteries. It was kind of a terrible idea, getting the batteries in the torch lasts all of 10 seconds. It's kind of almost like a water tower over there. I get the feeling I will end up there at some point. Well, I feel like I'm much better off than I was before I got to this cabin, so that's happy days. There's something glowing over here. I'm guessing it's a manuscript page. All in all, things are starting to look up.
The bulldozer's engine roared to life. Mud and rocks flew as it fought for traction. It crashed through the concrete wall and landed heavily in the yard. If it were an animal, it would have shaken its head after the impact, fixed its eyes on me, and charged. Of course, it had no head, nor eyes. Shadows crawled on its form, twisting it into a monster. Then, it came for me.
Well, looks like we're going to be fighting a bulldozer. Could get fun. But like I haven't used the shotgun much. I keep kind of trying to save up the decent ammo. They keep taking my guns away from me, so it's kind of pointless. So let's use them while we got them.
Sarah trusted her gut, and her gut said Agent Nightingale was an asshole. He felt wrong, and it wasn't just the smell of stale booze. It was in the way he flashed his badge, pulled rank, the look in his eyes when he wanted answers. Where was Alan Wake? What was this about an accident? Where was his wife? And most importantly, why did she let Wake go? He wouldn't answer her questions. Federal business was all he'd say.
Oh, that sounds like a train. Come on, let's jump on it. Escape to freedom.
Hello?
The most stubborn man I've ever met.
Alice? Alice?
Alan. Alan. I'm so afraid. Keeps me in the dark. Please help me. I look at you, Alan, and it's not you. Something else. Looking out from behind your eyes.
Alice, I'm here.
I'm so alone here. It's all gonna go to hell. You need to be careful. Cooperate.
The connection had been terrible, but that wasn't the only thing that hadn't been right with the call. She sounded wrong somehow, but she had called me. The pipe wrenched itself loose from the bridge's steel framework. Wrapped in darkness, it floated in midair, twitching. For a moment, I didn't understand what I was looking at. The heavy object lurched at me with impossible force. I threw myself out of the way, but just barely. When I turned my flashlight on it, it shook in a dark rage before it flew at me again.
Alright then, so we're gonna have some poltergeist nonsense. Which I suppose gives us some way to explain the sentient bulldozer. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. Shotgun ammo as well. I am being spoiled. Knew I heard something. Come on, come out here. Oh, that's not what I thought I had equipped. Not realise my gun had changed, and now I've just wasted another flare. Damn.
I could see a railway bridge up ahead, and a warehouse of some sort on the opposite shore. I hoped I could find a car from there.
Follow. Wow, this feels... I was going to say stable and good.
The darkness that was pursuing me was
Oh.
growing stronger, and it was taking over everything in its path.
And run, and run, and run. Slow motion. Go, flashbang. Oh dear. Right. Any more for any more? Do I want to know what that noise was? very much hurt. I'm not doing well against these inanimate objects.
I slammed the door shut right in his smug face. He pleaded for me to open the door. True to form, the asshole actually thought I would obey. I had no sympathy left, no guilt either, not for him. I took a moment to savor the scream. I bet I had a smile on my face. It was all that I had time for. The dark presence was inside the lodge with me.
Okay, so I'm going to be locking someone out. Guess it's the FBI agent.
Just
But,
starting to get interested in writing. Stephen King had been a source of
could
inspiration to me.
be
I thought about
the
all
kidnapper
the
guy.
inanimate objects that had come to life in his books. No one is safe in a good horror story.
Oh
Certainly not
yes,
the
new.
protagonist. That's what makes them fun. This was anything but. The darkness could possess anything. It was
Yes.
getting closer.
New flashlights. We're not going to end up in a Christine sort of situation, are we? Well, this has a boss fight feeling to it. Oh dear. I thought you went down. There. Always nice. Thermos as well. I'll also pick up the collectibles. I mean, I'll probably miss who knows how many at this point, but I mean, I don't know how much better this heavy duty torch is, really. In light, you can hurt them. I'd figured that out already, to be honest.
We take the facts of our existence for granted, unaware that they are merely a thin veneer of desperate self-delusion, covering the vast cosmos of madness and horror. All too often, the stars are right. In Night Springs.
Get out of the way, Sat Truck. I'm trying to watch the TV.
Episode, a family occasion. Journalist Alvin Durla's trip to study the local customs of an insular community in Night Springs has been less than successful. Until tonight.
Well, I'm glad you changed your minds about this. Ancient customs, local mythology. My editor loves this kind of stuff.
Well, Mr. Durlith, we don't want
Well, I suppose it's out the way enough.
but you have demonstrated the seriousness of your intent.
Oh, I am serious. Really, just do your thing. I'll stay out of your way and observe.
Actually, I thought you could assist us. I'm afraid we are a man short. It would provide you with an intimate perspective.
Could I really?
Of course, Mr. Durlith.
Well, I guess that's the least I... What would I have to do?
Oh, here. Let me show you with a kiss.
and such quests always bear fruit. Night Springs.
Nice. Well, I feel like on that note, it is time to end this episode. I can see the car down there. And there's a big open area in between me and it. I'm sure that can only be a good sign. If you want to find out what happens next, please do come back. We shall continue on with this adventure together. Until such a time, please do stay awesome, and I shall see you later.